applause to our class valedictorian for school year 2023-2024, Alisa Villaranahan.
Thank you so much. We may now be seated. Di ba kaakit ko pa lang ng stage, umiiyak na ako. Okay. So on April 19, 2024, I faced a moment that shook my confidence. I was not able to secure a spot for my preferred program at Catholic University. You know, some might say, hala, bakit niya ba sinasabi yun? That's so sad. And yes, I began to doubt my entire future. Because all I thought was, academics were all I am good at. If I failed at this, what else could I possibly offer? Natakot ako. You know, I have always been uncertain of my future, and that made things worse. I wanted to run away dahil nahihiya ako sa mga taong nasa paligid ko. But in the midst of my despair, Ma'am Gozum asked me a question. If we remove the idea attached to Alisa that she is good in academics, who would she be? This question was a reality check. It made me realize that I am not just a student. I have a life beyond academics. And a part of that life is that I needed to discover my passion, hobbies, and identity apart from other people's expectations. Student and personal life balance, as they say. To our honorable guest speaker, Pastor Romel Sumaway, to the members of the Board of Directors, Mrs. Marilu E. Habacon, President, Chairman, Mrs. Nonadora E. Rivera, to other members of the Board, Dr. Sarah E. Balse, Mrs. Nenita E. Taylor, Ms. Jimel E. Ballesteros, to one of the school administrators, Architect Lamberto M. Balse Jr., to the preschool and elementary vice principal, Mrs. Fredes Ariap, junior high school vice principal, Mrs. Susana G. Ronquillo, preschool coordinator, Mrs. Marilu F. Gundao, senior high school coordinator, Mrs. Rosabella G. Gulaba, faculty and staff of FCS, parents, and my fellow graduates, a pleasant afternoon to you all. Balancing academics with personal life has never been easy. We cannot be students who study 24/7 without knowing how to rest and enjoy life. Conversely, we cannot focus purely on personal pleasures at the expense of our academic responsibilities. So finding this balance is crucial for our overall well-being and success. Truth be told, I have learned that the hard way. But that is fine. Diba sabi nga nila, sometimes we have to lose ourselves in order to find ourselves. So if I had not experienced being burned out on the first semester of the academic year and that professional procrastinator afterwards, I might have never trained myself to work on 3 important things that are keys not just in college, but as we grow older. A few months ago, this TED Talk video showed up on my YouTube recommendations. It was entitled, What Do Top Students Do Differently? It was so timely that I think it was a reminder for me to not make cramming a habit. Allow me to enumerate the 3 things that students need to do in order to work successfully across the year. These are self-motivated, self-disciplined, and resilient. Yes, they are all self-explanatory, but putting them into action is no joke. The first one was self-motivated, but I prefer using commitment when it comes to accomplishing goals, because if we rely solely on our motivation, then we might not get things done. You know, I have read this article, it says that emotions and motivation are closely linked to each other. So in reality, diba, there are times that we do not feel motivated to even start something. But when we are reminded of that commitment, then we will not surrender easily. And then, as said by one of my batchmates, Sean, sabi niya nga, if we are committed, you know, we have this thinking that we just have to start with the small steps until magkaroon tayo ng bigger results. And that is the biggest thing that I have learned on the entire school year. Secondly, discipline. Lagi nating sinasabi na sus, bata pa naman ako. Sa college na ako magiging strict sa sarili ko. But batchmates, discipline taught me personal responsibility and accountability, showing me that my success is a result of my efforts and choices. That leads us to our third factor, as discipline has also built my resilience, enabling me to overcome setbacks and persist in achieving my goals. Batchmates, these lessons are not just academic. They are life skills that will serve us well as we step into adulthood. And I challenge each one of you to practice and make them your habits to success. But before having all these values, I feared that all my hard work would not pay off in the future na sabi ko nga, baka sa una lang ako magaling. There come a time that I was empty, and although my eyes were not shedding tears, I know that my heart was crushed. I cried to God and He answered me. He freed me from being imprisoned by my fears. Throughout this year, I lived by Psalm 34 verse 4. I sought the Lord and He answered me and delivered me from all my fears. The word fear should not stand for forget everything and run. Rather, we have to see it as face everything and rise. We will rise above with our God, and He will not let us be delivered by what we face. Now, if you were to ask me if I was able to work on this alone, I would definitely say no. During my speech for the recognition ceremony last year, I emphasized the quote, "No man is an island." I would always thank God for placing me in an environment where He alone is the center of our lives, along with the people who were really part of my journey. With that, I would like to express my gratitude to you all. To Faith Christian School, you saw me grow from a 7th grader to a 12th grader who experienced and achieved the things that the past Alisa would never imagine. Without this school, I would not have been able to discover my love for hosting, being part of event productions, and most especially, my passion to help and serve the people around me as a humanista myself. You are Faith Christian School, and with God's grace, you will always be the place of conquerors who are not just academic achievers, but also children of God who will spread His word and be other people's beacon of hope. Ma'am Gulaka, our senior high school coordinator, you were one of the first teachers who saw the potential in me. You emboldened the love of God within me. You told me to take a break when things are hard, and you knew about the days I was drained, and you talked to me not just as an instructor, but also as a mother. Ma'am Gozum, your comforting words were always on point with the situation I was in. Because of you, I got to learn and experience firsthand what a life coach is. You listened to me and knew what was in my heart and mind, even without hearing a word from me. Those 2 years of being with you as our advisor will always be a worthy story to be told to anyone. Ma'am Myla, it was an honor to be a student of a teacher like you. You reminded me that being good individually does not mean that progress and improvement should stop there. Thank you for making me realize the essence of adding value to other people's lives. I'll let you know about Alisa being the country's ambassador soon. To all my teachers, I am beyond grateful that I had you as my instructors. All of you were not just teachers who gave schoolworks, but teachers who taught me the reality of life and the advice I have to hear as I step onto another milestone of my life. To every junior high school and senior high school faculty member, thank you. Now to the whole graduating batch of 2023-2024, especially my grade 12 SWE 1, and special mention to Charlize, Happy, Isa, and Sam. Thank you for being my company for 2 years. I am more than happy that we finally got to spend more time this year. To my family and the people who could make me laugh at 7 in the morning, Yums, thank you for everything. You believed in me when I did not believe in myself. Sabi ko nga, baka ang letters M and S sa Yums ay most supportive. Because I was so focused on academics, knew that. So he blessed me with Kriska, Joy, JC, Marco, Isha, Sashka, and Jeremy, who made me wear a big smile with whatever they would say. Even the shortest congrats, Alisa, made a huge impact on me. To my Constance, Scarlett, Ivor, Keith, and Charmy, thank you for always being there for me. You are the friends I have always prayed for, and you made me feel that being in a different strand would not be a burden for us. We may have gotten close with our other classmates this year, but you did not make me feel that we were growing apart. Galingan niyo sa college, ha? And now to my family, who have always believed in and admired my dedication whenever I study. Thank you for your support. To the man who taught himself to style a little girl's hair, who thought of the theme of my birthday every year, who would always file a leave or day off on the days I had a performance at school, who would risk traveling late to office just to watch and capture me play volleyball during intrams kahit hindi po ako marunong mag-volleyball, and who would spend his free time scrolling through social media to look for the best gown for Purity Ball, who would wake up so early to prepare my breakfast and lunch, and to the man who raised me since birth and endlessly showed his love for me. Daddy, thank you for being my biggest supporter. You worked so hard to give me this life. Now, even during the pandemic, you made sure that I would still be studying here. With that, I would also want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Jeffrey Nam, CEO of Astoria Hotels and Resorts, Mrs. Vivian Nam, COO, my Ninong and APLCI Project Director, Mr. Rick Valenzuela Jr., and Mr. Jerry Cavilla, the Assistant Marketing Director. Your unwavering support and guidance have not only provided my father with a stable career, but have also become a source of strength and inspiration for us. Because of you, my father has been able to support us, and you have truly become our extended family. Your kindness and generosity have profoundly impacted our lives, and I am eternally grateful. Above all, to our Almighty God, I am thankful for the life you have given me. I know that the rejections I faced were not my failure. It was your redirection for me, and that was part of my journey towards success. I have faith in you that you will put me in an environment that is best for me. I know that the same thing applies to my graduates. My batchmates, I challenge each of you to continue striving for excellence while upholding the spirit of a conqueror. This means setting goals, relentlessly working towards them, and embracing failure as a stepping stone to success. Yet, true excellence goes beyond academics. It involves getting to know who we are, examining the posture of our hearts, and seeking to please God rather than humans. Our path to this point has been filled with obstacles and moments of doubt, yet we have persevered and triumphed by God's grace. Let us carry this resilience and determination into the future, not just in our academic pursuits, but in all aspects of our lives. Together, let us embody the true meaning of a conqueror, always pushing beyond our limits, aligning our actions with our faith, and striving to honor God in everything we do. As I end, keep this quote in your hearts from Mr. Jeffrey Nam. Let us aim not just for a good beginning, but also for a conclusion that reflects our enduring strength, unwavering pursuit of goals, and the story of our victories. True greatness is not just about starting, it's about finishing strong, leaving a lasting mark on our journey. This is just the beginning of the separate roads we are about to take. Last year, it was Padayon. Today, please remind ourselves that in the midst of our padayons, do not forget your pahuway, your pahinga. There is so much to our lives. Knowing who we are makes us feel secure and at peace, and that will be possible as we walk the path with our God. This is Alisa Lian A. Manalo, a Humanities and Social Sciences graduate of Faith Christian School, your class valedictorian and future lawyer. To God be the glory.
Thank you very much, Lisa. We are all truly proud